All right, picture this. You've made the decision, right? You're gonna eat healthy. So you pile your plate high with all these beautiful, colorful vegetables, and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. But then, an hour or two later, instead of feeling like a superhero, you just feel awful. Bloated, gassy, maybe even a little crampy. It's so frustrating, and believe me, so many of us have been there.
So that's the big question, isn't it? You are doing the one thing everyone tells you is amazing for your health, but your body seems to be fighting you every step of the way. How can adding all this good stuff possibly backfire so badly? Well, don't worry, we are about to break down exactly what's going on.
And this leads us right into what I call the healthy eating paradox. It's this crazy situation where you try to do something great for your body, and in the short term, you end up feeling worse than before. But here is the good news. There are very clear scientific reasons for this, and it is totally fixable.
First things first, and this is really important. If this has happened to you, you need to know you are absolutely not alone. This is an incredibly common reaction. It does not mean you have some weird allergy to vegetables or that your body is broken. It's just a sign that your system is adjusting to a big change, and we just need to help it along.
So, let's get into it. What is actually happening inside your body? Well, the number one reason for all that bloating and discomfort boils down to one simple concept. Your gut is on overload.
And the thing causing that overload is dietary fiber. Now, we all know fiber is good for us, but look at the second part of that definition. Your body, on its own, can't actually digest it. Instead, it outsources the entire job to the trillions of tiny bacteria living in your gut. They're the ones who are supposed to do all the hard work. And that's exactly where the problem pops up. See, if you've been eating a diet that's lower in fiber, your gut bacteria crew just isn't ready for a sudden flood of vegetables. It's like sending a massive order to a tiny kitchen staff. They get overwhelmed, the fiber only gets partially broken down, and a major side effect of that whole messy process is, yep, gas. A whole lot of it.
And you've probably noticed that some veggies are bigger culprits than others, right? Especially when you're just starting. That cruciferous family, we're talking broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, they are notorious for this. Same story with things like onions, beans, and big raw salads. These are all amazing foods, but they're definitely a challenge for a gut that isn't used to them. Now, I love this because it perfectly explains the great fiber contradiction. How on earth can the same thing cause both diarrhea and constipation? Well, on the left, if you add way too much fiber too fast, it basically puts everything on fast forward. It pulls water into your intestines and everything rushes out. But on the right, if you add all that fiber and forget to drink more water, that fiber acts like a sponge, sucking up all the moisture and creating, well, a traffic jam. Two totally opposite problems, but they come from the same root cause. Okay, so beyond just feeling uncomfortable, this sudden dietary shift can mess with your weight loss goals too. You're eating all these salads, feeling so disciplined, but your energy is in the basement and the scale is just not cooperating. So let's get into why that's happening. Think about it. If all those veggies are suddenly replacing the carbs and fats you used to eat, it's really easy for your total calorie intake to just plummet. Vegetables are nutrient-dense, but they're very low in energy. So when your overall calories or your carbs get too low, your body thinks, uh-oh, there's a famine. And its response is to slow everything down to conserve energy, which leaves you feeling tired, sluggish, and maybe even a bit cold. But you know, maybe the single most frustrating part of this whole thing, the part that makes you want to just give up and order a pizza, is when you step on the scale after a few days of eating perfectly.
And you see this. The number has actually gone up. You've eaten nothing but chicken salads and steamed broccoli for 3 days straight, and you've gained a kilo. It feels like a complete betrayal. But just hang on. I need you to hear this loud and clear. This is not fat. Let me say that again. It is not fat. It is simply the physical weight of the extra food matter and, importantly, the extra water now moving through your digestive system. Remember how fiber holds onto water? Well, that's what's happening. It's temporary, I promise. Okay, so we've laid out all the problems. Now let's get to the good stuff, the solution. Because this is not about giving up on vegetables, not at all. It's about learning how to introduce them in a way your body can actually handle and, enjoy. It's never about if you should eat them, it's all about how. The absolute key to all of this is understanding this timeline. Your gut microbiome, all those bacteria, it's a living ecosystem. And you can't just change an ecosystem overnight. It takes time.
usually about 1 to 3 weeks, for those good fiber-eating bacteria to multiply and get strong enough to handle the new workload. You've got to give them a chance to adapt. So, keeping that adaptation period in mind, here is your super simple 4-step plan to do this the smart way, the way that actually leads to feeling fantastic, not bloated and miserable. Let's walk through this. Step 1, go slow. Add gradually. If you normally have 1 serving of veggies a day, just aim for 2 for a whole week. Don't go from 0 to a massive salad in 1 meal. Step 2, start with cooked veggies before you go all in on raw. Steaming, roasting, stir-frying, all of these start breaking down the fiber for you, which gives your gut a huge head start. Step 3, and this one is crucial, hydrate. Water is non-negotiable. Remember that traffic jam? Water keeps things moving. And finally, step 4, balance your plate. Vegetables are supposed to be part of a meal, not the entire meal. You still need your protein and healthy carbs for energy.
And honestly, this quote right here just says it all. If there's one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this. It's not that your body can't handle healthy food. It's almost always that you're adding it too fast and you're balancing the plate wrong. Your body is more than capable. The problem isn't the what, it's the how and the how fast.
So now you have the playbook. You can go back to that healthy eating goal, but this time you can do it with a smart, gentle, and really effective strategy. You can start working with your body instead of shocking it into protest. So the only question left is, are you ready to go build that better plate?